Well, I've had a lot of years of trauma at the hands of this man, and just seeing his face everywhere. He was always present in the world that I was in. And this morning I turned on the TV and there's his face. And this is before the news broke of his, arraignment, his impending arraignment. And, you dive for the remote, trying to stop it. And it's just shocking. It doesn't cease to be a shock when I see his face. It doesn't cease to be horrible. It doesn't cease to jar me. And I know I'm not the only one. What people don't know is the story behind the stories, really. And it's been intense. And I'm the one who's had handcuffs on me. I've felt the weight of cold steel, and not him, not the predator. And there's something fundamentally wrong with that. And the terrorizing of me with, the black cube agents, the terrorizing of me with the invasive hacking, with all of these things that have happened to me. He had me meet with his spy, the former Mossad agent, at the Peninsula Hotel, his favorite raping grounds. It's the psychological torture and continued abuse and harassment. It never ceased. It stepped up in the last, year and a half, because he knew I had a book. And 4 years ago, I started kind of pushing at the power structure in Hollywood, specifically letting them know it was coming. The complicity machine is who I hold even more in judgment than him. Because there's something wrong in his brain. What is their excuse? But he wasn't protected just by Hollywood. Hollywood deified him. He was their cult leader. And I would know. I grew up in one. I know how that goes. And he was very protected by the Democratic Party. And he was very protected by the media, whom he bought off left, right, and center. So many people accusing Hollywood, right-wingers especially, of being fake and hypocrites. They're not wrong. They are. I didn't make it so. I wish it weren't true. I wish people's heroes weren't being punctured left, right, and center. But imagine how it was like to be in that town by yourself since you were 15 years old, like I was. And to know the truth about so many. We just have to stop the rot at the top, because it affects everything. And if we can get rid of that rot, we can be a free society and a better society. And I know this.
Will you be going to any, if this goes to trial, will you be attending?
I think I will. If I'm allowed to, I will attend. And hopefully that will actually heal a lot of the kind of trauma I get whenever I see his face, or whenever I hear his name, or whenever I have to read or hear that he says it was consensual. And I'll get to sit there, and I'll get to look at him, and I'll get to be. And I and so many other victims will get to look him squarely in the eye. And just by being there, represent the fact that we did not want this. We did not ask for this. We were just people. I think it will. It has to. Something has to heal it. But I am somewhat resigned to the fact that he'll be in my obituary, and that we'll kind of be tied together until he dies or I die.